Hey, how's it going? So hello from the English Channel again. We're currently probably somewhere out around Southampton, and we'll be making the turn around Land's End about midnight tonight, and then heading up the Irish Sea during the night and landing back in Dublin about midday tomorrow. And I'm just sitting enjoying a nice Polish beer given to me by the other truck driver on the ship with us tonight. Noel brought with him Budweiser, and I don't know anybody else who goes to Belgium and buys Budweiser, but he's that kind of guy. So, first things first, the load is safe and secure. Um, we have to get special permission to revisit the cargo decks once we're at sea, so they took us down today to check on the load because we had some pretty rough seas as we left Zeebrugge last night, so we wanted to go back down and check. But everything's cool, it's all looking well, things are still intact, and we the couple of hours before we sailed were just insane. We were supposed to be in Zeebrugge at 9 o'clock last night. I think we got out about 10 to 10 with just the ILT container, and the Dutch guy who had the crane who loaded us on at Westerbrook kindly, very kindly, followed us down with the tooling container, since we couldn't carry the two of them together on the one trailer when it was extended, because we were pushing 70 feet, and apparently that's not allowed. So he came in about 10 or 15 minutes after us. We got the dock shunters to use their massive forklifts to reposition the ILT container while we extended the trailer. Something we really desperately wanted to avoid doing, but I don't think there was any other choice at this stage. So we extended the trailer, repositioned the ILT, and sat the tooling container on the back. Tied them all down and locked and loaded. Got her onto the boat, and the boys chained down the whole truck to the boat deck. And there were two very happy Irishmen by midnight last night, and two very tired ones. It was an 18-hour day. We were glad to see the back of it. But up until then, even yesterday, we had a 6 a.m. start near the Belgian border. Noel took the first shift. We had a 2-hour run up to Westerbrook to the pickup point, but we hit severe morning traffic at Utrecht, which put us back by about an hour. But then when we got to Westerbrook, I mean, it was just such a beautiful day, and an amazing facility, and a lot of the Astron staff were there. But it was so rushed. And I'd love to have spent a few days touring the facility and seeing the surrounding areas, but it was just get in, get the load, and get out again and get on the road. And kind of glad we did in the end, because I took the shift leaving there, and again hit traffic at Utrecht. By the time we got to Utrecht, it was kind of our aim was to leave Westerbrook at the latest at 2 o'clock. That was our real deadline, and even then we pushed it to 20 past. And by the time we hit Utrecht, we'd hit rush hour traffic again going in, and that put us back probably by another hour. But so we got to the border, Belgian border, God, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so, maybe 7, and we switched over. I was due a break period, so Noel took it on the whole way then to the port, and we just kept her lit. There was nothing else for it. And even at that, leaving at 20 past 2, getting to Zeebrugge at 10 to 10, and that was a lot of miles covered, and no let up at all. But we got there, and we're here. We're on our way home, and the plan now is when we get in on Thursday, we get off the boat. We're gonna park up in the port with some checks to do, with some other things to take care of in the harbour, and there's probably not much point in doing much more on Thursday afternoon, evening. So Noel probably going to go home. I might have to sleep in the truck, just to keep an eye on it, depending on where we can get parked tomorrow night. And then very, very early start Friday morning. We need to be up and away. The aim is to be off the M50 ring road by 7 o'clock, because again, pulling 70 feet or 65 feet or wherever we're going to be, we don't want to get caught up in any traffic. It's going to be a nightmare to manoeuvre. We'll be on the whatever road it is, the N7 or the N9, heading for Tullamore, and away by 7:30, and we're going to park up outside Birr. The aim is to be in Birr at 9. We'll stop outside the village and do a kind of recon, check everything's alright, because we've some tight roads and manoeuvring to do to get the load into the castle, and that's when the fun begins. So the transfer of the 2 containers probably to a smaller truck and brought into the field for the final delivery sometime around Friday midday. And then the other trailers that we loaded up here over the past few days will be brought in by some of Noel's other trucks and drivers, and they'll come in the afternoon into Birr. Again, we had to get it all in on the one day because everything's planned: the cranes, the forklifts, the teleporters, all the staff, the handlers, all have been planned and arranged and paid for Friday. So there's really no other option than to get it all in the one day and get it out again, because otherwise it would have set us back quite a bit. So going well. Happy to have a day of doing nothing for a change, but back to tomorrow, and talk to you more then. Cheers.